Escaping the Jaws of Death by Gladwin Gester. Written by Augustine Glöckner. Read by Renara Hawke. The great bazaar of Riverhold was bustling. The scent of sugared cuttlefish and roast kagauti spiced the evening air, and artisans from all over came to sell exotic wares. From the most basic of weaved baskets to the most precious of Alkosh charms. Most intriguing of these artisans was Hiskir, the brindle-furred illusionist running questionable dice games out of the back of a wind-chimed cart. All was going splendid for Hiskir until the appearance of a Kadir of Dunma had him packing his supplies, briskly joining the crowd of bazaar patrons in an effort to hide from trouble. No doubt they were mercenaries from Morrowind, either to take him back to enslavement or kill him. In his haste to leave, one of the mercenaries spotted Hiskir and notified the others of his whereabouts. The wind flew along the Khajiit's ears as his swift walk turned into an urgent run. Rounding a corner, he began conjuring illusions, casting erect shadows running down the alley opposite him. The sound of "The farming tool went that way!" grew faint, as all but one of the mercenaries chased shadows. Closer to Riverhold's outskirts, Hiskir dashed for the cover of desert rocks, only to be met by the mercenary still pursuing him. Cornered, he drew his jambaya and prepared for a fight against his Dunmer pursuer. Closing in, the Dunmer swung one of his ebony daggers at the Khajiit's face. Instinctively, Hiskir ducked under the swing and pierced the mercenary's leg with his jambaya. "You insolent maggot!" The Dunmer's raspy voice screamed out in pain, as Hiskir tore his weapon from the Dunmer's leg and attempted to stab again. But before he could, the mercenary pulled his other dagger and slit the Khajiit's wrist, causing him to drop the jambaya. As Hiskir clutched his wrist, the mercenary kicked the Khajiit's side, sending him tumbling into the rocks. Yet, that did not halt the illusion spell he began to summon. Hitting the shadowed rocks, Hiskir seemingly disappeared. The Dunmer's eyes leapt around, trying to locate his prey. Suddenly, as if he were transported by magic, the Khajiit dauntlessly charged from the shadows behind. However, the Dunmer mercenary was not so easily caught unawares. He turned around rapidly, securely setting the hilt of his sword on his hip and impaling the Khajiit in his charging attempt to wound his hunter. Skewered on his sword, Hiskir was a motionless statue, illuminated only by the moonlight of Masir and Secunda. The Dunmer released the cat's blood-caked body into the river, and watched as it floated away, satisfied with his artful work. Or so he thought. Hiskir, the real Hiskir, waited quietly for the mercenary to leave the site where he slew the cat's duplicate illusion. As soon as he was gone, Hiskir crept out of the darkened corner and slipped silently into the night, once again escaping the jaws of death.